Pour your bubbly and cook with me.
So today I'm so excited. I have special guests joining me. First is my best friend Ash. Second is my sister Shantae. And today is a special episode. I am going to teach you the basics of macaroni and cheese. Now, we all know that macaroni and cheese is the dish that you cannot show up with at any soul food dinner, and it's not right, okay? So I'm going to start. I do different variations of macaroni and cheese, but this is the beginner style. Once you get comfortable with this style, then you can do mac and cheese any kind of way. But in the meantime, we're also going to mix up some cocktails. We're going to mix up some cocktails. We're going to have a toast. We're going to have so much fun. Cocktails that you can serve at any party with any guest. So let's get a little tipsy and let's have some fun.
Yes.
Toast.
Cheers.
Action. Okay, so today we are going to make a dish that everybody loves. It's a universal dish, and the reality is I actually make a lot of versions of this dish, but I'm just going to start with the beginner's dish because I feel like if you learn it this way, then you can enhance it, you can make it better, you can add things to it, it can get greater. But the one dish that you must always make that is amazing is mac and cheese. Mac and cheese goes with everything. It goes with any protein, any vegetable. It's just so gooey, it's just so tasty, and if it's not done right, it's just a womp womp. So let's get into our beginner's level of mac and cheese. So what we have is our elbow noodles. We have 2 bags of Cobo Jack cheese. Then we have our sharp cheddar cheese. And then we have my secret ingredient, original coffee creamer. Then we have a block of Velveeta, unsalted butter, dash original seasoning, and seasonal. This is all you need for your beginners mac and cheese. This is very easy recipe and very tasty recipe, and once we get this recipe down, you'll be able to enhance this and make it as gourmet, fabulous as ever. Let's get started. So now we are going to go into boiling our noodles and creating our sauce for our mac and cheese. A lot of people do mac and cheese with milk and they do everything in the pan and then they bake it down. No. I believe in creating a cheese roux. It makes it gooey, it makes it amazing. It's going to marry to those noodles. When people dig into mac and cheese, you want to dig into just a cheese bonanza. Like, I mean, it just is what it is. We don't want no dried up, broken apart. I know every ingredient in this mac and cheese. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sip our bubbly first. Okay, so I have already prepared my water for boiling my noodles. You're gonna always put your water right at the screws of your pot. Every pot has these screws right here. So it doesn't matter what your pot is, you have the same marker in any pot that you have. I always get my water right to the screws, and then you're going to take a ½ cupful of oil, any kind of oil, fresh oil, and you're going to drop, not olive oil, frying oil, vegetable oil, and you're going to put it into your water so that your noodles do not stick. We're going to put our noodles on medium high. Don't be scared of it. You want that water to boil. I do not put my noodles in before it boils. I let my water come to a complete boil before I drop my noodles into it. And while we're doing that, we're going to start to prepare our cheese roux for our mac and cheese. And this is where it gets gooey and it gets fun. So before you cut your saucepan on for your mac and cheese roux, you're going to put everything in the pot before you cut it on. So there's no fire on right now. We're just going to add the ingredients into the pot and then we're going to cut our fire on. So first I'm going to put my coffee creamer original and we're going to pour it into the pot. The entire bottle of creamer, empty. All of it. We want to make this so gooey. We want this to overtake the noodles. Then we're going to cut our Velveeta stick in half. You only want half of this. The Velveeta is just to loosen everything up, but the Velveeta is not the special ingredient like, you know, the basic mac and cheese over the stove. The Velveeta is just going to bring the excitement to the cheese and just kind of make it all gooey. But this is not, you don't want to go Velveeta crazy. So we're only going to use half of the Velveeta. And you're going to place your, I'm very precise about everything that I do when it comes to cooking. I don't know, it's the Taurus in me, I'm an earth sign. But I like to place it directly in the middle because I feel like once it starts to melt, it just moves around the whole pot. So I place it right there in the middle. Then you want to first go in with your seasoning. We're only using 2 seasonings for this. That is seasonal. Then we're going to sprinkle over top of our creamer very lightly, just so it kind of covers. Then we're going to come behind it with our Dash Original, and we're going to sprinkle the same way. Now guys, this is ready to start cooking. So you do not even put your cheeses in yet. This is all that you have. It's a beautiful pot. It has seasoning, it has creamer, it has Velveeta. We're going to turn this on. We're going to let this heat up. And once this starts to marry and melt together, then we're going to add in our cheese. And we're going to get closer to making our beautiful mac and cheese. You're going to put this also on medium-high too. Do not be scared of your heat. You want this to cook because cheeses, you know, they take a little longer to cook, so you want them to kind of melt down. This is not something that you want to slow cook. So I put this on medium-high as well as I did my noodles. So we're going to put this on medium-high. We're just going to kind of let this all marry before we start to add in our cheese. So this recipe to my beginner's mac and cheese is so simple but so gooey and so amazing, and you do not have to use all the extras that most people use like eggs and I couldn't even tell you. It starts to break up the mac and cheese. It makes it dry, child. The next day is just not good. With this mac and cheese, no matter the days that go by, when you heat it up, it's just going to be gooey. It's just going to fall apart. It's just going to be your best friend. Like, it's just so good. But it's simple. It's a 1, 2, 3, but it's so amazing. And then when we come back later and I start to show you my more intense mac and cheeses, you're just really going to be in love. But I'm so excited to give you this one. This one just is low in ingredients and just so amazing, and every child loves this mac and cheese. So now we're going to come back after about 7 to 8 minutes. Now that everything is heating up, the Velveeta is getting soft inside of the creamer. You see that when you push it down, you can see that my wooden spoon goes directly through it. That's exactly what you wanted. All the seasoning is now breaking up. And now we're going to throw in our cheeses. So first I'm going to put in the cobalt cheese. Just put it right on in. Make it nice and gooey. And now we're coming with the big kahuna. The sharp cheddar. The big bag sharp cheddar. And you're going to dump the entire bag of cheese in this room. And we're going to stir it just a little bit. Just let the cheese go down in it. And we're going to let this cook. Now when I get to this step, I want to slow my roux down because I don't want my roux to cook too much faster than my noodles. And my noodles are starting to boil. So I'm going to turn this down to medium. Now, I'm starting to boil on this side, and so because I'm boiling on this side, now I'm going to go ahead and throw my noodles in. And the key to boiling noodles is let your water get really hot, let it start bubbling, let it start boiling, and then we're going to throw the noodles in. And as soon as you throw the noodles in, you have to stir it, because the second that you throw it in, they're going to start cooking because the water is already at a boil. And here we go. As soon as you get your noodles in, you're going to start to stir the noodles early on so that they don't stick together, because noodles will stick together if you just throw them in and leave them by themselves. So the key is, as soon as you put them into this hot water, you're going to stir. once they're nice and loose, then you just leave those to be and you let them cook. So now our roux is getting really creamy. Everything is starting to melt in here. You want to stir the pot. You have to make love to your food. I know it's spilled over, but that's okay. That happens when you're cooking good food. And I like to keep doing this until I see that all the cheese is melted and my color is like a beautiful, beautiful yellow, orangey, cheesy color. Now in my boil pot with my noodles, I'm going to go in for my second stir to make sure that nothing is sticking together and everything is cooking at the same time. Okay, so my roux is as done as I want it to be. You see the hues of the orange and the yellow and the white coming together. It's just all melted and married together. Oh God, look at this. Oh my gosh. So now I'm going to cut this pan off and I'm just going to let this sit while I wait for my noodles. So now our noodles are coming to a boil. After about 12 minutes. It took about 12 to 15 minutes to go ahead and boil the noodles. And now I'm going to cut these noodles off and I'm going to put these noodles in a streamer and we're going to drain these noodles and then we're going to make our mac and cheese. Okay, so now we're going to drain our noodles at the sink. Pour your noodles right into your drainer. And I like to give my noodles a quick drain. I don't let them sit for long. Don't let them sit for long. You just want to give them a quick drain. You just want to bounce them. Make sure that the excess water is off. But now I'm going to put them directly into the pot because I want my butter to melt into the noodles. Now we're going to pour the noodles directly from the heat in the water into our pot. You're going to use a half a stick of butter, unsalted butter, and we're going to drop that butter right here in our noodles. You're going to use a paddle, a wooden spoon, and you're going to move it and let that butter melt down into the noodles and make your noodles nice and slick. Now once I see that my butter is melted mostly through all of the noodles and all of my tray to the point where I can see butter in my tray, is where I'm about to come in and pull in my cheese roux. Now we're going to take our cheese roux and we're going to pour it directly over our noodles. Oh my gosh, look how amazing that looks. You're going to take your wooden spoon and you're going to just marry it. Look, this is already an amazing mac and cheese and you haven't even baked it yet. You're just going to make sure that that cheese is in all the noodles. Everything is marrying together. Everything is pretty. You want to see your dish already prepared before it's even cooked. Alrighty. Now we have a beautiful mac and cheese ready and prepped for the oven. Before I throw my mac and cheese into the oven, I like to top my mac and cheese with a paprika to give it a smoky, pretty look because presentation is everything. So now we're going to take paprika and we're just going to sprinkle it over top of our mac and cheese. This was my grandmother's like go-to to make her dishes look so beautiful. I love how smoky it makes everything look. Now we're going to cut our ovens on to 3 375, and we're going to preheat it. And once it gets to 375, we're going to put our mac and cheese on and we're going to let it bake for 25 minutes. 25 minutes to 30 minutes. Like I always tell you, watch your food. Everybody's stove is different to me. Everybody's, you know, stove is more seasoned than others. I feel like you always have to watch your food. But the base time is 20 minutes, but we're going to watch it regardless and let it marinate and let it cook down. You know, we don't want it to dry out. So I'll be back in 20 minutes. Never ever follow my lead. Because I'm a cook, I always put my food into the oven with no mittens. But you should always have your mittens on when you're doing this. So we're going to slide this onto the first tray. And we're going to put it right in. And we're going to close it up and let it cook for 20 minutes. Okay, so we are back for the happiest hour. Cocktail hour!
Yes! Happy hour!
So we all love a good cocktail when we entertain in our homes. We love to pull a good cocktail after our good comfort food. So my best friend and my sister are here to show us how to make some gourmet, if we say, gourmet cocktails. Where we can have cocktails just like we went to the bar or the restaurant, and we can mix it up and we can make it good and we can enjoy. So first we're going to start with Ash. Ash is going to create a champagne drink that's called
French 75 with a little twist on it.
The French 75. So let's see what this is giving.
Alright, hi everybody, I'm Ash. I'm your favorite bartender's bartender. So, I am going to do a French 75. Typically it's done with gin, but I'm doing it with tequila.
No gin.
We are tequila girls.
Tequila girls all day.
So, we're going to start with our shaker. In your shaker, you're going to do your ice, your fresh squeezed lemon juice, your simple syrup, and your tequila.
I'm so excited for this cocktail.
So you want to put enough ice in there to make sure that it is cold when you are shaking it. I am a heavy pourer, so we will make sure that we have the actual amount of ingredients that you need on this podcast.
Okay, so you see that this is the level of ice that she has. She didn't fill the whole cup up. It's like maybe 1/3 of this cup just of ice, just to put a chill on it.
Yes. So I'm going to start with, it calls for 1 ounce of tequila, but because we are doing 3 drinks, I'm going to do 3 ounces. Again, please don't mind me, I am a heavy pourer. About 3 ounces.
Yes. So now you see that her tequila came to where her ice was, so about 1/3 of the cup.
And then we are going to do simple syrup. If you don't have simple syrup, you can also try triple sec. It's about the same.
So what is simple syrup? I'm a chef, but I know nothing about making drinks. So what is this?
Simple syrup is pretty much sugar. It's liquefied sugar.
Okay.
Liquefied sugar.
Okay.
So
We all love sugar.
put a little bit in there. I would say
all know that sugar is what's dangerous in a cocktail.
it is.
Hangover the next day.
It is. However, I would put about an equivalent of a shot glass or maybe half of it.
Okay.
But again, I'm making 3 drinks, so I'm going to do a little more than what the recipe calls for 1 drink. So I'm going to cut our lemon. I cut the ends off first.
Do you all love lemons like I love lemons? I love lemons. I love lemons. Like I can drink lemonade all day, every day. Lemonade and water.
Alright, so let's go ahead and squeeze half of the lemon in here.
That looks so good.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't worry about the seeds. The holes in the shaker strainer are not big enough for the seeds to come through.
We want to keep that as an inside joke.
So, shake this up, okay?
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Make sure it's nice and cold. So, making sure everything is pretty much even. Whatever you have left in the shaker, you can save for another drink. And then we're going to top it off with champagne.
My favorite, of course.
I like to tilt the glass with the champagne so the champagne bubbly doesn't spill over.
This looks so good.
A trick.
And so we're using Clinko champagne, but can you use any champagne?
You can use any
Do
champagne.
you prefer a brut?
It depends. I feel like a rosé might give you a sweeter taste, but I don't feel like this is a sweeter drink.
Okay.
But it's all about your taste buds and what you like.
Okay, perfect. So basically you can do whatever is to your liking.
And I'm pretty sure you could probably use like, whoops, this one is spilling over a little bit. But that's your champagne.
That's champagne. We love the bubbly spilling over.
So all of our glasses are pretty much even, and then we are going to top it with a lemon slice garnish.
I'm so excited to taste this.
3, and I slice my lemon down the middle of it, so when you garnish it with glass, it's easy to just open up, put it right there.
That is so pretty, Ash.
All right.
So,
Got it?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
let's toast.
Yes. Cheers, ladies. Woo. So refreshing.
Oh, this is very refreshing, Ash. This has a very, it's almost minty-like.
A little bit.
This is really, really, really good.
Just enough sugar.
For it to be tequila and champagne mixed, this is like the perfect balance.
And if you want something a little sweeter, again, like I said, we are tequila girls, so we use the Casamigos
Oh, that's
Reposado because it has that vanilla finish on it.
That's amazing. Thank you, Ash.
Thanks. It was a pleasure.
That is amazing. I definitely will be finishing this glass. So let's move over to Tay. And let's see what Tay is making over here.
Hey guys. I'm a mixologist, not a bartender. So today is almost the same drink as Ash without the champagne. It's a lemon drop with a twist. It's a lemon drop with tequila, our favorite.
We love tequila.
Yes.
So first, you want to get the ice in your shaker. Again, you don't want to fill it all the way up with ice, but you want to make sure it's chilled.
Okay, so no, Tay did about the same amount of ice with hers.
Okay, so I like to use a shot glass. Okay, we have 3 drinks, so we'll do 3 shots. Ooh,
Let's get it.
We're celebrating our new president-elect.
Yes.
Perfect episode to celebrate that we have a new president.
We do.
hallelujah.
Yes.
We're one step closer to getting our country back.
Amen.
Okay. Next, I'm also going to add simple sugar. Very important.
So this is simple sugar. So is this anything of the same of that?
Same
Oh,
as
they are the same. Okay. Okay.
It kind of gives that balance.
I never even knew anything about simple sugar for a cocktail.
So once again, I like to use my shot glass, and I do maybe half. Since I have 3 shots of alcohol, then I'll put half shot of the sugar.
So I see that you have tonic over here. Now let's talk about tonic. Tonic is my all-time favorite chaser to any liquor. You drink a tequila, you drink a vodka, you drink whatever. I drink tequila. Tonic tops everything. It takes the bite off. It just makes it so, so good. I love tonic.
Yes.
So I'm excited for this drink.
So we're going to do lemon juice. Instead of the fresh squeezed lemon, we're going to do lemon juice because we are making a lemon drop.
Wow.
One of my favorites.
Who doesn't love a good lemon drop?
We'll do half a shot of that as well. Okay. And then last, like Jay said, this is the secret ingredient, okay? To any alcohol, it just takes the bite off. So we'll do not even half. Maybe
That's
a
all?
half. Yep.
Oh, we about to get tipsy.
You only need a little bit of time.
I was a little excited for maybe a whole shot.
Just a little.
Alright, and we're gonna shake this up. We're gonna get our cocktail glasses.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wow.
So excited.
Yes.
Once again, it looks the same. Just a tad bit different. We gotta even this out.
Yes.
You sure? I was like, I'll take the short glass.
This is gonna be a lemon shot.
Yes.
And then we're gonna top it off. with
So
lemon.
would you put any sugar at the rim of this? Would you prefer?
If you want,
Okay.
it depends on what you prefer. Some people do like sugar. Some people
Salt.
don't. Because
No salt.
because it's not a margarita, it's a lemon drop. We
Okay.
won't do the salt.
Okay.
And the simple syrup kind of takes place of the sugar.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Happy
That's
hour.
Happy hour.
Happy hour.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm.
Damn, Tay, this is good.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So listen. For these two drinks to be very similar, they actually taste totally different. Like totally different. This one has a refreshing taste. This one is like minty. It's like refreshing. It's just like a sparkling water, you know, with a kick, of course.
Of course.
And then this one is like sweet honey. It's like lemon. It's like summertime. It's like a spiked lemonade. This is like really, 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 really good. So, you know, I say do both. Why not?
Why not?
Thank you, girls, so much for coming make
Thank
cocktails
you.
for all of my lovely babes. And I hope that you try this cocktail. Give us comments on this cocktail. Put your cocktails up. Show us how you put your garnishes on it. Made it beautiful. You made it pretty. What your glasses you put it in. How did your guests like it? My guest definitely wants to hear back your feedback.
Absolutely. Yes, please.
Yeah, so cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so we are back with our gooey beginner's mac and cheese. We're about to pull it out the oven. Jason is going to taste it and tell you how amazing it is. It's all done. Baked, and we let it cool off for about 10 minutes. And it's time to begin. Look at all that cheese. Oh my goodness. How amazing is that? How amazing is that mac and cheese? So you see how nice and gooey this is now? And Jason is going to taste it.
Alright.
That's the mac and cheese you want to show it with.
Super cheesy, super creamy. Yeah, the noodles are like, they still got some bite to them. They're not all like mushy. And then the paprika comes through it. Yep. Yeah, that's that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have a great beginner's dish of mac and cheese. This is what mac and cheese is all about. Gooey, tasty, your noodles still plump and fresh. Please enjoy this recipe. Rewind and take it back. Do it over till you get it right, because this is one that you want to get right. And we hope that the only pan in our life is champagne.